everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time, welcome. My name is Liv, and today it is a video that I have been teasing for the past like 2 weeks because I've been so excited about it. I have ordered every single brush sold by Juno&Co. So just a little background in case you're new, I reviewed a ton of stuff from Juno&Co, which is an online makeup retailer last month. And the thing about Juno&Co is that they sell a bunch of other brands, right? So like they sell stuff from a brand called Italia, or there's another brand called She, and then they have stuff that's their actual brand, stuff that is made and sold by Juno&Co. And the thing that turned me on to them in the first place was their microfiber blending sponge, which I can grab if I can find it. Wow, things are messy. I am mid-move. It's rough. So this is a microfiber blending sponge. Sorry, it's dirty. I use it every single day. I absolutely love this thing. It is $4, and it is also the only product from Juno&Co that I'm not going to be using on my face today because I did want to focus on some other face implements, and I feel like I've talked about this baby enough. It is so good. I highly recommend it. So I went back on their website and I ordered every other face tool that they sell. And today I am going to use all of those on my face, show you how they work. As a heads up, generally I think these products are awesome. So I am really excited to show you guys. And overall, I should like clarify, I ordered every single brush that they sell. I also ordered a new microfiber blending sponge, and I accidentally ordered 2 of one of the brushes. Oops. And my order with shipping came out to $25. So if you're looking to do a bit of a brush refresh, this is a super affordable option. I am so stoked to have discovered these, and yeah, I can't wait to show you guys how they work, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm obviously going to focus on the brushes, but just so you guys know, for a base, I'm starting out with the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer. Got it in BoxyCharm. I'm a big fan. Also, it's a weekend, so I'm going for a slightly more like natural glowy look today. We'll see. We'll see how I do. Okay, so first up is the foundation blending brush. It claims to be special edition. I don't know. It has this little holder so you can like rest it on your vanity, and this is the brush itself. It is a round, flat top. It claims to be a kabuki brush. I don't know like the definition of kabuki, but it has this nice little handle so you can kind of hold it like this. So let's check it out. I'm going to be using the Sleek Life Proof Foundation, which I absolutely love. This is in the shade LPO2. Oh, hang on. Guys, I'm all over the place right now. We're gonna make this a foundation brush too first. So Juno&Co does sell a different flat foundation brush. I'm not super crazy about foundation brushes, but I thought I'd pick it up anyway. This is called the... Okay, you guys, I promise I'm not crazy. I bought this brush. I'm holding it in my hand, and it's no longer on my order summary on the Juno&Co site or in my email. It's a flat foundation brush. The number on the handle is ES01. I don't know. I wish I had some answers for you. Anyway, I am going to just pop this foundation on the back of my hand and use that ES01 brush to apply it to my face. I'm not sure how this like blends out foundation over your face, but I don't love a flat brush for that to begin with, so we'll just use it to get product on, and for that it does a pretty good job. And these brushes are all so soft, you guys. Like, they feel like velvet on your face. I just absolutely love them. Okay, and now let's go back to the round kabuki brush to blend this out. So what I love about this is that it is so soft. Like, I know I just said that, but I really can't overstate how awesome and soft this is. And this is so densely packed that it doesn't soak up a lot of your product. It really does allow it to stay on the face. I think with this, which is a more full coverage foundation, you do need to take your time in blending it out with this brush, because if you go too fast and kind of try to just like blur it all in, you will get a little bit of streakiness. But if you are careful and you take it slow, you will get a really nice even coverage with this brush. And like I said, just the way it feels on your face, like it's like luxury. Like I feel like my face is getting massaged. And the handle is really nice to kind of keep the brush steady and stable. I've probably said about 500 times on my channel that I don't personally like foundation brushes. In fact, I think I just said it about 30 seconds ago when I was talking about the other brush, but I do really, really like this, so I'm super impressed with it. Next, for concealer, I'm gonna use the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. Mine is in the shade Light Natural, and I normally have been blending this out using the microfiber sponge, but I got another Juno&Co sponge that you guys just have to see. So, are we ready? Look at this. This is the Bling It On Diamond Beauty Sponge. It is so cool. Hang on, let me see if I can get you guys a little close up here. It is so cool. It's like packed with glitter. It is like a squishy silicone-y sponge. Okay, now I'm back. And, you know, it seems gimmicky, but let me show you what's so great about this. So, because it's silicone, and if you've been around, you know, watching makeup videos for a while, you're gonna remember the silicone sponge craze. But I love the shape of this actually because you can hold it by this pointy end and use the more rounded tip to blend out concealer over a larger area, which is what I am doing right now around my worst acne spotting, which is on my chin area. And I'm also gonna do that up here on my forehead. I think I started to say this earlier and then I completely distracted myself, but the great thing about a silicone sponge is that it doesn't soak up any of your product, so you'll notice that your concealer goes so much further. Okay, here's the best part. So because it's shaped like a diamond, it has this pointy end, and that is incredible for getting into the inner corner of your eye. I have a really hard time blending my concealer out there with most beauty sponges. I usually end up kind of sticking my finger in there to blend it out, and it's just not the best look, but look at that. I mean, it's just completely blended out. I am able to get right up against my lash line with it. I am really impressed with this thing. As silly as it might look, I have been using it every day to blend out my concealer. So I'm so into this. Next up, I'm taking the Juno&Co powder brush, and I'm gonna use it to just set my face using the Maybelline Fit Me, that's upside down, whatever. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I am in the shade 10 Fair Light, and I am just going to tap that into the lid and go to town. This brush is a little bit thin for a powder brush. Like I usually, oh my god, I just got powder all over my black leggings. I usually use a larger powder brush to set my face, but what I actually quite like about this is that it gets, you know, under the eyes with a lot more precision, and it packs on a good amount of powder. So if you're using a powder like this Maybelline Fit Me, which does have, you know, some coverage, it's not translucent, then this is a good way to make sure you're actually getting that coverage, because it does, you know, deposit a nice, maybe a little bit thick layer of powder over your face, but I like that. And again, just like velvet soft on your face. So nice. So I really like this one. Okay, so for bronzer, we are going to use the Juno&Co Contour Me In Brush. This is the one that I ordered in my original order from Juno&Co. This is the one that inspired me to buy all their brushes, because I was like, holy crap, this $2 brush is amazing. I'm going to be using the Pure Cosmetics Mineral Glow Bronzer, the one that comes in the pan, not the one that came in the BoxyCharm Bronze and Brighten palette, because if you saw my BoxyCharm video this month, the one that came in the BoxyCharm Bronze and Brighten palette is a different color, which is weird. Okay, so yeah, I am just using this brush. As you can see, it's got like a nice kind of thin shape, so soft, so fluffy, and really blends out your bronzer like a dream. So I am just gonna pack that on all over the hollows of my cheekbones. I love bronzer, so if you don't like this much bronzer, you're probably like, what's going on here? But I just feel like it makes me look awake and alive, so we're gonna do it. So before we go on to blush, we're gonna try something that I'm really pumped about. So I wasn't gonna buy this at first because I was like, we don't need to talk about this sponge. But then it was $1. So I was like, fine. So it is their Velvet Silicone Sponge. And I know we just talked about silicone sponges with the diamond one. So it's flat, it's got silicone on this side, and then on this side, it's got, well, it's not velvet, but it's like a soft, fluffy, fabric-y material. The silicone side didn't really impress me. I think that if you want a silicone sponge from them, the Bling It On diamond one is more fun and gives you the added benefit of being able to fit under your eyes really nicely. That one is also $1 for what it's worth. But the fabric side of this is really, really good for baking. So I have been using this every day. Sorry, I'm looking down, I'm tapping off some powder. I've been using this every day to bake under my bronzer because, as you guys can see, we went a little bit far here and I'm just sometimes too lazy to be precise with that. So here's how we fix it. So what I do is, using that same Maybelline Fit Me powder, I'm gonna take the velvet, heavy air quotes there, side of this and just press it into the powder. It picks up quite a bit and then just boom. Gives me an intense, solid line of powder. I love the effect of this. I love that I can smooth it out. I can dip back in a couple times and just deposit as much or as little product as I want. I gotta tell you guys, like, I've tried to bake a lot. I mean, I have baked, but a lot of times when I would go to apply a bake like this, I just couldn't get an even amount of product. Like, I would touch a sponge to my skin and it would deposit all the product in one place, and then I would try to drag it and it wouldn't drag, and I would just be like, how do people make this look pretty? This is how I make it look pretty. So I am going to let that set for a little bit while I finish up some other parts of my face. So for blush, this is the Juno&Co. You're Making Me Blush brush. It is just a nice, round, fluffy brush. Again, I don't have to say it, but I'm going to. So freaking soft. And I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics Floral Blush Cheek Duo in the shade Caribbean Coral. This is like super bright looking in the pan, so we just get in there and then we tap, 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 tap all the excess. This brush is pretty good at applying a lot of pigment, and this is a super pigmented blush, so I just like tap it onto my face at first just to make sure that we're not overwhelming here. And I've actually been bringing my blush up quite a bit higher than usual up on my cheeks. I think it just accentuates the shape of my cheekbones a little bit better and looks a little bit more natural than concentrating it further down, because I sometimes end up bringing blush like into my smile lines and it's not cute. Anyway, this brush is awesome. It hasn't quite replaced my Moda Pro blush brush, which I am like so obsessed with, but it is really nice. Like, I have been reaching for it about as often as that Moda Pro brush, which is saying a lot. Okay, so next up is a fan brush, and if you guys watched my brush declutter last week, I mentioned that I've only ever used one fan brush before. Like, just I bought it and I never tried any other ones. And when I was watching that back, I was like, well, thank God I happened to just purchase this brush from Juno&Co. It is called I'm a Big Fan. Let me show you this in comparison to the fan brush I've been using. Okay, so this is from the Sephora Pro set, I believe. It is a fan brush. It looks like this. And this is the Juno&Co version. It is like so much bigger. It is so much wider. It's fluffier. It's just a whole different ball game. And I gotta say, I feel like I've been missing out on the world of fan brushes because this is amazing. I'm going to be dipping it into the Pure Cosmetics Afterglow highlighter in that Bronze and Brighten palette that I mentioned earlier. This is an intense highlighter, but we're just gonna roll with it. So I'm just swiping the fan brush in. I'll tap off a little bit of excess, even though this is gonna be excessive. And I'm just gonna pop this on my cheekbones. What I love about a fan brush versus what I normally use, which is like a small round contour brush, is that it is automatically going to give you a more diffused natural look because it just spreads out the pigment across a wider area. And this one is so fluffy that it does like a ton of blending work for you. You don't need to spend a lot of time, you know, making sure you don't have a harsh line. It's hard to get a harsh line with this. It really is amazing. And even though it is big, I find no issues with hitting these smaller areas like down the center of the nose or the cupid's bow. I guess if you like things to be a little bit more precise and you don't want highlight, you know, like all over your face, then you might find this a little bit tricky to work with. But if you like to glow, this is gonna do it for you. I am so into this brush. It's 100% become my everyday highlight brush. And we're almost done. I'm gonna sweep away the bake using that powder brush from earlier. It does a great job of just wiping away that excess powder there. Okay, and the last brush we're gonna talk about is the ES06 brush. It came in a bundle, so I got ow, I just hit myself in the face. It came in a bundle. I got this and the microfiber blending sponge together for, I believe, $5. I'm guessing this brush on its own is like $2 and the sponge is $4, so you're saving $1 by getting them in a bundle. It's the only eyeshadow brush they sell. Juno&Co, if you're listening, get us some more eyeshadow brushes because I want your brushes. And this one is really good. It's a nice fluffy brush. So what I've been using it for every day is to take a little bit of bronzer just into the crease to deepen up the eyes. I don't wear like eyeshadow, like full eyeshadow every day, but when I want a little bit more definition, this is what I do. And I think it just brings out the shape of your eyes, can make your eyes look a little bit more intense if that's what you're going for. All right guys, so this is the finished face. I just popped on some mascara. In case you're curious, it's the L'Oreal Voluminous Butterfly Sculpt Mascara, and on my lips I have the NYX Soft Matte Lipped Cream in Abu Dhabi, which is such a gorgeous nude. So this is my full face using Juno&Co brushes, and I will zoom you guys in so you can get a closer look here. Here we go. How close should we go? So as you guys can see, the highlight there, I mean, it's intense because I like an intense highlight, but no harsh lines. It's super nicely blended into the skin. The blush, the bronzer, everything has just melted in. And I did not use a setting spray, FYI. So if I use a setting spray on top of this, it's gonna melt them in even more, but I don't even feel like I need it. Here, let me show you guys. The forehead, everything is just beautifully blended in. The concealer, we're not focused. The concealer is nice and smooth under the eyes. There's a little bit of creasing, but that's because got some little wrinkles there. It's not anyone's fault. And I didn't feel like really setting that down today because it's a Sunday and I don't have time for that. But anyway, oh god, that's enough of my face at 2x magnification. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new videos every Monday and Friday. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Both of those are at LiveGraceFace. Until next time, I hope you guys are having an awesome week, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.